Wait, what on earth? What in the anthrax is going on here? Somebody's handed me a note. Oh, no.
And she ran out the building?
Oh, shit.
It's gonna blow!
A list of microaggressions. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Jeff Davis, you have on the following occasions afflicted, abraded, and otherwise transgressed the feeples.
You just keep talking. I have to
Okay.
read. I have to decipher serial killer font.
In Portland, they don't have dispensaries. Dispensaries have you. In Portland, they have pot stores.
Yeah.
In Oregon, of course. I mean, we spent the last 2 decades, like, I mean, we didn't really put any elbow grease into it, but we were like, it's technically medicine. Come on, I'm sick. And I had to go see a guy with a ponytail and a stethoscope and, like, lie about nausea. Like, I didn't become a pot smoker so I could lie.
Also, they run you. They. If you tell them a thing that you've been told to tell them, they will then question it.
Yeah, they'll be like, really?
And it becomes this bullshit. And at one point, you kind of want to be like, "Hey, motherfucker, you ain't a real doctor no more, anyway, bitch.
Right.
You wouldn't be here trying to write licenses for weed, motherfucker. What's your story?"
Yeah. Yeah, what is the stethoscope for?
Right.
Like, it's protesting so much.
Right.
The answer why the stethoscope is because the ponytail. And you're unwilling to give up
And
one.
it's awesome to listen to your heartbeat when you're high as fuck.
Yeah. But you go into now Colorado and Oregon, they legalized it. It's not medicinal. It's fucking pot. You just buy it. You're like there to get high. It's so amazing. You go in, you give a driver's license. They buzzed us in. You go back, the mason jars and all that stuff, just like at a dispensary. But there's no pretense of like, here's my prescription and here's my thing. You're just like, I was like, okay, so what do you got in a? I literally did this. Like I was like doing it half jokingly, but then it worked. I was like, she was like a, what do you call it, a sommelier, or what do you go with sommelier.
Sommelier.
I was a Somalian. She was Somalian. I said
She boarded your ship and took you.
I said, what do you have in a 44-year-old walking around Portland, tends to check his pulse for 20 minutes if he gets too high, but likes the and as she was like listening, I was like, yeah, I'm here to do a public radio show, but I got to be sober 3 hours from now, but also I can't get on the plane with too much, but like also just describing like yeah, I didn't vote for Trump, but I'm starting to lose faith in the liberals, and I just feel like nihilistic and anarchistic again, but I don't want to feel that way, and I feel like part of it is emotional exhaustion. She's like removing jars from a group as I was like Cody was watching her and she was like, I was like, was I imagining it? She's like, no, she for real was like really listening to you and like down to the last thing. She was like, okay, that eliminates that jar, and then let me smell just a bunch of pot, and then I got a joint of that pot, and it was great.
It solved the.
It was great, yeah. She might have been fucking with me, but...
Well, in Portland, that's what they do in Portland. They make a big deal about, this one's got faux beans, it's made out of lettuce, and this one's full of mint flavor, and it's good for reading. And, like, it's a weird thing. You go in L.A., they do that a tiny bit, and it's on the signage, but no one does that. But in Portland, they have cards, and they want to get your number and stuff. It's a weird...
The language was... I swear, I wish I had recorded a meet. I was like, because it was so like it was, you couldn't write it, and it was like so sincere, and it was like all this chestnutty after mellow and a come down with lemony, a lift up and a giggle puss and a thing,
soaring cerebral effects.
I walked into if I've told it before, stop me. I was on the road in Washington State with Ryan Stiles and Greg Proops and like the Who's Line guys, and we pulled off the road. There was a sign that said deli, weed, liquor. It's like a barn in the middle of a farm. And we pull off there, and Greg's like, "Oh yeah." And then it's 10. It's exactly 10 a.m. And they had just opened up, and we walked in, and there's like three 24-year-old guys working there, and they were clearly just high as Georgia pines. Like they had already really gotten it on. And the cast of Whose Line Is It Anyway walks in. And 24-year-olds grew up on that because their parents would watch that with them when they were 6. Because that was family TV that they could all watch together. And they absolutely freaked the fuck out.
Give him a suggestion. Give him a suggestion. Give him a suggestion. They'll get out.
They forgot to charge us. It was amazing.